find your passion, it ignites you as a person. You just feel awesome.
What is going on? So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing break falls. Now, this is such an important skill to have as a beginner, because unless your school is focused on takedowns and actually purposely puts break falls into the curriculum or into the warm-up, a lot of beginners aren't practicing break falls. And if you don't know how to fall, then you can't practice takedowns if you don't know how to fall without injuring yourself. The risk of getting injured as a beginner is very high when practicing takedowns, and it multiplies, right? It just takes off exponentially if you don't know how to fall correctly. So in today's video, what I'm going to be showing you how to do is how to do a back break fall. So this would be useful, let's say if somebody is trying to do like an outside trip to you.
There you go.
Or even like an inside trip, and you're going to be falling backwards. And this is also useful in everyday life. If you live in the Northeast and you have icy winters, if you know how to break fall, this will save you. So the purpose of a break fall is to disperse your energy throughout your body. How this saves you is there isn't one spot that has the localized energy and force being dispersed through it. I mean, this same principle is seen with people that like lay on a bed of nails, for instance. If they were just trying to stand on the bed of nails on one foot, all that force of their weight would be localized as opposed to dispersed. So one of my friends, actually, when she first started, she didn't practice break falls a lot, and she ended up injuring her wrist because a common thing for beginners to do is when they're falling to break the fall using incorrectly using their hands. So they see the ground coming and they just try to post on that. Land you hurt. I mean, you could break an arm, you could hyperextend your arm, you could break your wrist, and we definitely want to avoid that. So these are really nice to practice even on your own. You can like do this in your living room, outside. All right, so first what we want to do is for this back break fall, I'm going to stand up, probably change my camera angle. Okay. So what I want to focus on is when I put my butt to the ground, I want to get my butt as close to the back of my feet as possible. So this would be correct, right? And then fall versus being way out here. Okay, so think butt to feet, right? This is going to help you. And then once my butt hits the ground, what I'm going to do is I'm going to then lay back, keep my head up, and at the same time my butt hits, I'm going to slap out at a 45-degree angle. So this is what it looks like when you put it all together. I'll do it slowly at first. So butt goes down to the ground as close to your ankles as you can, as close to the back of your feet. My butt hits, I roll back, and right when I get to like the midpoint of my back, I mean, when this happens in real time, you can't really time it perfectly, but when my butt hits, just think slap, okay? So then I slap out at a 45-degree angle, and I always keep my head up. You want to avoid the back of your head hitting the ground or the mat, wherever your ice, wherever you happen to be falling that day. All right, so I'll do the break fall once more so you can see it in real time. I'll do it once again from a different angle. All right, now there's also a side break fall. So let's say if that first one was a back break fall, so let's say if me and you are grappling and you happen to maybe, I don't know, do an ankle pick or drive me backwards and I'm falling backwards, I'm going to break breakfall. Now, there are some takedowns where you end up landing on your side and not on your back. That's okay, we have a side breakfall. So in order to practice this, in order to practice both moves, what you can do is you can start from your toes, squat down, do the breakfall, and then come back up to your toes. And you can repeat this motion, and that's a very good way for you to get in reps. That's like very low impact. You can do this anywhere. I just did it over a rock. All right, now for the side breakfall, it's the same concept and principle, except I'm going to be falling to my side and I'm going to be slapping the ground still at a 45-degree angle when I land on my side, and I'm still keeping my head off the mat or off the ground. This is very important because if you were to fall and crack your head, you're not going to be fighting after that because you're probably going to be unconscious. So in terms of self-defense, being able to fall without knocking yourself out is, you know, useful. All right, so to practice a side break fall, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my legs and put it out. That way I'm removing my kickstand, so that allows me to be able to fall to my right and employ the break fall. All right, ready? Falling to the right, slapping the ground. You can do this on either side. So now I'm falling to my left, slapping the ground. Falling to my right, slapping the ground. Falling backwards, 2 hands. Falling to the left, and so on. Now there's even a front break fall, which if you watched my previous video about how to forward roll, go watch that, because you need to know how to forward roll in order to know how to forward break fall. So it's the same concept, you're building upon the forward roll. So once you have the forward roll movement down, then you can add a slap out when you reach the end. All right, let me move the camera because last time I did this, I broke my tripod. All right. So here is the forward break fall, okay? So I'm basically doing a forward roll with a slap out at the end. So let me get the camera back so you can actually see what's going on here. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You fell over. I hope you break-falled when you fell. All right, are you ready? Okay, let me. You can see when I hit the ground, my hand and leg also slaps the ground or the mat in order to help disperse the energy. All right. And of course, with any type of break fall, you want to practice either side, because anything that's defensive, you want to practice both sides because you're not going to be able to control where your opponent is taking you. So might as well just cover all of your bases and know how to, like, for example, front roll over your left shoulder, front roll over your right shoulder, and back roll over both shoulders. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.